We turn our attention now to meteorologist Brian Slocum to share where Milton currently is and to show us that path, Brian.
Yeah, the storm is over open waters, and it's looking very, very mean and rough. It's got a very well-defined eye, Category 5 storm. You can see the very rapid movement around the center. Max winds are back up to 160 miles per hour, and since the 2 a.m. advisory, it's starting to move more quickly. Northeast movement at 14 miles per hour, expected to slam central Florida along the Gulf Coast sometime later tonight or very early Thursday morning. That brings a number of factors into play. You can see in the latest track, likely will fluctuate in strength. Storms of this magnitude sometimes have a little difficulty maintaining that strength, and they go through a period of evolution where the eye reforms, the wind speeds come down a little bit, but then it can get re-energized again. The eye wall was looking a little bit on the ragged end. It may be starting one of those cycles, but still, don't think that this storm is going to weaken enough to make that much of a difference, especially when you consider that Helene really hit the entire Gulf Coast really hard now less than 2 weeks ago. And that matters when it comes to how much water the ground can absorb. And when you're talking rainfall totals that may rival what Helene brought to western North Carolina across a stripe of central Florida, this could certainly cause a lot of problems and a lot of devastation to parts of the Sunshine State. So the storm is expected to move through pretty quickly, getting back over the open waters of the Atlantic. It will weaken over land, and then we'll start to kind of fizzle out, moving due west. Notice that the track is nowhere near the Carolinas, but once it begins to move over the Atlantic, we are expecting perhaps even some storm surge to the Carolina beaches over the next several days. So what to expect? Landfall again later tonight after dark. The hurricane force winds extend about 30 miles out from the center. The last I saw, tropical storm force winds extend about 140 miles out from the center. Surge is going to be really, really rough, up to about 15 feet. Could be even higher in some of the oddly shaped bays along the Gulf Coast of Florida as that water funnels into those areas as the storm approaches and gets stuck there and continues to build those levels. Wind shear also going to may cause a little bit of weakening, but this is the kind of the area, Tampa down Fort Myers, near the Goodland area, could see the highest surge along the coast on the right side of the storm. But notice the storm surge even in the Atlantic could get as high as 1 to 3 feet, Charleston to the Wilmington area. So that higher surf, rip currents, certainly a bigger issue down in Florida, but its impact is far reaching. And then you talk about the rain. Look at some of these totals projected by the models. Tampa, 16.5 inches of rain. Daytona, 18 inches of rain. They had Helene come through less than 2 weeks ago, and they had a storm over the weekend. So certainly that's going to cause some issues as well. There is another wave, a non-tropical low that is out there moving away from the coast, but might have enough of a development window to produce a short-lived tropical system that could become Nadine before upper-level winds shear it apart. This is not moving toward the U.S., and neither are the two systems that we're watching out in the eastern portions of the Atlantic. Our temperatures are cool this morning, 40s and 50s to get you started. Even a 39-degree reading right now in Boone. Your forecast is for a good amount of sunshine. We'll start to bring back some late-day clouds. Not a bad day at all. High temperatures will be in the low to mid-70s this afternoon in the Triad and foothills, and still expecting some 60s in many of our mountain locations today. Temperatures, believe it or not, are actually cooler tomorrow. We may have a couple of days of highs in the 60s before temperatures warm up this weekend. A very dry 7-day forecast.